Hey folks, we're back again with another little knife review for you. It's a little review of a little knife. Again, what am I doing with these little blades? Normally I've got these big chunky ass bastards that can take out helicopters from the sky. They can skewer dinosaurs. Anyway, from our good friends at Prepper Shop and Anglo Arms, we have the black paracord knife. Yeah, it's in here in this lovely little nylon sheath, a black paracord knife. Wait, you see this little baby? Look at that. Now that, wonderful. Look at it. Clip blade, 440 stainless steel. We have a swedge. Can you see that there? We have a swedge. You know what a swedge is? That's your false edge there on top of your blade, on your spine of the blade. And there's your swedge, which is a tapered edge leading down to the point. Now it gives it a somewhat aesthetic and yet ferocious look as well. For something so small, it's still got quite a lot of aggression, shall we say. Now, let's get the dimensions of this baby. The overall length is 7.52 inches from there right the way down to here. The blade length is 4.33 inches. So which is there to there. And your weight is 74 grams. It's tiny, folks. It's tiny. You know, it's light as a feather. It should just take off. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give you, oh, it's a full tang. You can quite clearly see it's just one piece. It's one piece of steel from there to there. And wrapped around it is paracord. Paracord. How many uses are there for paracord? Well, millions. Millions. It's a terrific survival tool. And to have that wrapped around there is a great little sort of addition. And you need it as well because without any kind of hand grips or proper handle on the hilt, you're going to have something to hold on to. And that makes a really great tactile surface to grip onto. And boy, are you going to need it with this knife. Now, Anglo Arms, yeah, it's engraved on there as well. That is a lovely blade. It is. There's no two ways about it. I do love the blade. I've used it. I've cut away on that bit of wood I used before in the previous video. Yes, the point of this is, you know, I'm just showing it does work. But for the sake of this video, I've got nothing to stabilise this on. So I'm hacking into something and causing bedlam. You know, it will cut. It will hack in and we can do our diagonal and take it out. Yeah, it's causing bedlam. You get the point. You get the point. Let's put that down. I can't really be cutting and whittling stuff down and carving because I'm holding the bloody thing up, aren't I? But anyway, let's have a closer look at this. That is a lovely blade. You can't dispute that. But I have got some issues with this knife, and they are quite severe ones at the same time. Now, your problem is, I mentioned in the previous video, which was for Anglo Arms' deluxe bushcraft knife, this one here, which I absolutely adore. Brilliant, brilliant knife. I said before, I've got small hands, but great big fat sausage fingers. Yay, jazz hands. But that fits my hand perfectly. You need a handle, a hilt that you can actually wield, you can hold, and you're not going to lose any balance, stability, any directionality. With this, folks, I've got to be honest, it's too small. That handle is too small. I've got small hands, little diddly boppers here. In my hand, look, where is it? Where's the end of the handle? Where's my purchase on that? Okay, well, okay. You're going to say, well, put your thumb down the spine of the blade. Well, you can't because you've got these two 7mm finger guards. Yeah, finger guards are great. This is not a fighting knife. Well, we'll come on to that in a minute. This is not a fighting knife. It's a campcraft knife. That's what it's supposed to be. Those little guards there are stopping you from putting any kind of pressure on that. I mean, you can put your thumb there, but it's going to cut into you at the same time. And also, your forefinger underneath is hitting against this. and it's not the most ergonomic. Anglo Arms do fantastic blades and fantastic ergonomic hilts. Look at that. This is the exact thing I reviewed just in the previous video, and that gets everything completely right. This gets everything, apart from the blade itself, completely wrong. And I don't get it. That is not comfortable. Your forefinger is jutting into that there. Okay, oh, you put your forefinger ahead of it. Well, that's not comfortable. Of course it isn't. And your thumb is not comfortable because it's going to cut into you. The finger guard will cut into the underside of your thumb. Can you see the problems we're encountering already with this? Yes, it's wonderful. It's got paracord. Paracord is just one of the greatest things ever. And that blade, a clip point, a lovely, nice sharp edge, and the swedge as well. Can't go wrong with that. I do totally adore all of that sort of stuff. But keep that blade as small as it is. That's still very practical, still very useful. But what you're losing out on is this here. Your grip, your ability to hold this and to use it properly and comfortably is gone. You've actually jettisoned, a lot of its functionality because you can't hold it and wield it properly. So, I don't know. I love this knife for various other reasons, but that is not a great dynamic design. That does not work properly. What you've got, I mean, that is solid. That is a solid piece of steel there. So, it's one unit. What's happened is you've got, from what I can gather, you've got two holes towards the end here. So your paracord goes into the hole, comes out of the hole, goes back into the hole again. That's our old friend Quint there. So it's looped through that, and there you've got your lanyard. Now, you guys know how much I don't like lanyards, especially when they're used with a fighting knife, because it makes an enemy of your own knife. Go back, I've discussed it before. But in this particular case, I'm going to say you bloody well need it, because if you're hacking into wood and you're severing stuff, you're skinning, you're gutting, whatever you're doing, you're going to need that, because that handle is so small that you're going to lose the knife. It's going to come out your hand. So in this particular case, I'm going to say that you need it, because otherwise you're going to lose it. Wrap it or lose it. It's as simple as that. Now, with it anchored on like that actually doesn't feel too bad. So yeah, okay. You shouldn't be holding it like that anyway. I don't know what that finger guard is. Shouldn't be there. You want to lose that, and you want some form of just an ergonomic sort of slope or curve there, just to get your thumb onto, to give you some balance and control and directionality to the blade itself. Because if you're chopping, cutting, slicing, you're going to need that. Now I've got my thumb there right now, but if you're hacking into stuff, that's hacking into you at the same time. So I just don't get it. I just don't get that design. Beautiful. From there down, it's fantastic. But from there back, it's like, what? What are you thinking? I mean, for me, that's the sort of thing I'd wear that around my neck. I'd have that just hanging there. And I genuinely would. I do think it's a beautiful looking little tool. But its practicality is what I'm questioning. So, campcraft wise, the blade is going to work, the blade's going to do the job, it's going to cut through wood, it's going to cut through rope, it's going to cut through cord. If you're skinning and gutting kills or whatever, fish, then yeah, that's going to do the job. It will. That's great, and it can be sharpened, of course. So, the blade is kosher. Does that sound right? The blade is kosher? But this part here just does not seem to work. Is it like for Lilliputian special forces? Don't quite get it. I just don't quite get that. That handle should be longer, and I'm the guy with the little diddy hands. So if I'm finding a problem holding and wielding that, then a lot of other people are going to have a real severe issue with it themselves. So you're going to have to lasso your wrist with the lanyard. So although I didn't want to go into this side of things, the use of that particular blade, this shape, this size of knife is, okay, without putting too fine a point on it, it's like an assassin's dagger, basically. It's a quick secondary or even third weapon that you've got there. That is your last resort. Now, thinking about it, remember Stallone in Cliffhanger? And it's not even the Stallone character, it's the other guy, the guy that was in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, Michael Rooker. And he's been beaten, battered, abused by all these fucking airborne terrorists who've lost all their money that they've stolen all over the bloody mountains. So, and they've been beating the crap out of Michael Rooker, who, by the way, deserved it because he was such a complete horrible bastard in Henry Portrait of the Serial Killer that he deserved everything that happened to him. But he's fighting against, oh, the British guy. I could have been a striker. The striker winds up. You know, he's going for goal. And he's doing all that shit. Like, and poor Michael Rooker is hanging off the edge of a cliff. It's a cliffhanger movie. It's called Cliffhanger for a reason. And he's hanging there. And this bastard's crunching his fingers on the top of the ice cliff and all that. And he's gonna waste him, simple as. And Michael Rooker manages to reach down and get a little tiny survival knife out and go right into this bastard's calf, and then manages to get his gun off him and then haul him over the edge and blow him away at the same time. That is perfect for that particular scenario. That is exactly what you need. It is almost like a little dagger. That's what it is. You've got your swedge. You've got your clip point. So it's like a little mini Bowie knife. But if you could get comfortable on that, I mean, look at this. This is what I'm saying. On your hand like that, in your hand, it's too small. It's just too small. It doesn't feel. You've got to angle your arm to do any kind of proper cutting, slicing. You know, you haven't got it. If you just want to maybe carve wax into some kind of ornate candle, you could probably chip away because you don't need much sort of movement and you want more finite. But if you want to be chopping through wood or through rope, cord, netting, whatever, flesh, you need more purchase, you need more. So that, to me, straight away I thought, that's too small. What the hell are you going to do with that? And straight away I thought, down your boot, last second, job done. Now, folks, this is still a gorgeous knife. It is. Look at it. That's beautiful, isn't it? The shape of that is just terrific. And the paracord is a great little addition, which I think is necessary because if that wasn't there, I don't know what kind of handle or grips you put on that other than, you know, tough nylon paracord. I don't know what you'd use because you would not have any purchase. You'd lose it very quickly. So I think in this particular case, the selling point really, there's the point, and I'm sold on that point. Great blade. To use it, the paracord is a great device. To use the lanyard as the grip for campcraft is essential. You're not gonna, it just gives you added purchase, added directionality and control of the blade. But any other kind of purposes, and you know what I mean, that's going to be a tough one because it's not comfortable in the hand. It's not comfortable to wield, which is a shame. If you just extended that by another couple of inches, that's all it would take. That's all it would take. Be a lot more comfortable, you know. As it is now, it has to have the paracord, otherwise it just couldn't. You couldn't use it at all, I don't think. But it's a beauty, and it's less than £4 from prep stores. It's actually only like £2.99. So, you know, as a nice little, beautiful little knife, you know, you can't go wrong at that kind of price point. It's gorgeous. So Prepper Shop, Anglo Arms, and this is the black paracord knife. Overall, I think it's 7 inches overall. And you know, it's a great design. I mean, look, from there down, it's a great design, but functional, it just isn't. And you've got to think about that. I mean, you can put your thumb right the way down there, but again, you've still got to contend with these little finger guards. So you could even eliminate that top guard. Well, both guards. Both guards. You wouldn't need them. This would be a lot more comfortable in the hand without those guards on it. So there's another thing. They look lovely. Don't get me wrong. You know, it does look good. But and you know your nice little cut in there. So it's a very shapy looking blade, of course, yeah. And you've got the ferocity with the swedge, but it just isn't comfortable to hold, and it feels impractical. So anyway, but there you go. That is the Anglo Arms 7-inch black paracord knife. Does look wonderful, doesn't it? I know it does. I know. And it's nice. Certainly is a nice idea. But I think on the design front, it just needed a bit more thought going into the handle itself. That should be longer. And then you wouldn't have an issue. Because I don't think it's even balanced correctly. If you took that paracord off, the balance is going to be completely off on this. I think. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, there you go, folks. Another little knife review. That one is lovely. That is the deluxe bushcraft knife from Anglo Arms. That is a beaut, an absolute beaut. I reviewed it in the exact previous video. Go back and look at that one. But that is still, I want to love it. I do want to love it, but if there's a few pitfalls which drop it down. Lovely blade, like a mini Bowie knife, clip points, swedge. I've been out in the sun too long because yes, folks, the rain hasn't come yet, and the sun actually is up there. It's kind of hazy, but you know, hey. But there you go. Very cheap, and it's still a nice blade. Can be sharpened and looks ultra cool without a doubt. But you know, take on board my reservations and just think what you're going to use it for. What purpose does this actually serve? You know, secondary, third, standby weapon. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I am not thinking campcraft really with this. So anyway, there you go, folks. I have been and always shall be smitten with the riddle of steel. Guys, please keep it cool. Stay happy, stay healthy. Keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. And I am going to see you all